Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Mass CS Trading. Today I thought I'd give you a little history on how I got started trading. It was probably about 3 years ago. My partner and I dove really head over heels into options. Really intrigued about how much profit you could make in such a little bit of time with some limited risk. Obviously, unlimited reward as well, but I traded that for probably about a year and a half to 2 years. My very first trade was an option on Tesla, and I bought at the open. Had really no idea what I was looking at. Didn't use indicators. Didn't look at support and resistance. No price action. No nothing. I just thought Tesla's going to the moon, and I made about $145 in my first 15 minutes. Cashed out, and I was hooked from the start. I traded options with Apple. Trade options with Amazon and Google and Facebook. And I believe I was up around $4,400 profit within my first 6 weeks, and I was just ecstatic. I dabbled here and there with other stock options, other companies, but those ones I really stuck with. My first year, I ended up losing about $1,000. And then my second year started great again in the beginning, good through the midway. And I think I probably lost almost $1,000 my second year. But it wasn't until after that my partner introduced me into futures. And I was really hooked with futures. It worked well for him and his other acquaintances, but never really stuck with it. My real excitement is the ES futures, which, if you don't know, is the SPY S&P 500 futures contracts, is already leveraged, similar to options being leveraged, but each tick on the ES futures is worth $12.50. So one full point is worth $50 profit minus your fees and commissions. There's a plentiful selection of brokers and platforms that do trade futures. I specifically trade on NinjaTrader 8, and they have a couple different brokers you can utilize with them. There's Phillip Capital as well as Dorman Capital. There's no big difference between the two. Both offer individual accounts, both offer business accounts, and both offer retirement accounts that you can trade your futures with. I specifically went with Phillip Capital. No rhyme or reason. It's just who I ended up going with. And I've just been sticking with it. I've had some down days. I've had quite a few consecutive positive days. And I don't even really go for a big swing. I just end up going for a little bit of scalping of the meat of the move. And I feel like that's a better way for me to not be greedy. I just want to take a little snippet and be on my way. I don't want to guess where the bottom is. I don't want to guess where the top is. I just want to take somewhere in between, just a little bit of snippet of it. And I feel like I have a much higher probability as well as profitability. And that's key. I'm not over trading. I'm not trying to take a big chunk, because if I say I want to go from the bottom here and I want 10 points, but it only goes 8 points, and I let it reverse on me because I'm sticking in to try to get to those 10 points, it could turn out to be a losing trade. And that's what my number one rule is never let a winning trade turn into a loss. Most people you may have heard say, cut your losses short, real quickly and let your winners run. That's great. But institutional money and professional traders will cut their losses short real quickly and let their runners run. It's great, but you really have to dive into. I don't want to do the homework the night before. I don't want to do the homework just before the market opens. My goal is to let the market decide where it wants to go. Up, down, sideways, what have you. My position is to only react to what the market does. And I feel that's the best way to scalp your profits. Now, NinjaTrader 8 has a ton of options, indicators, drawing tools. It has a ton of options that is perfect for whether you're a beginner trader, an intermediate trader, or professional trader. It doesn't give you any news that's happening today, tomorrow, or currently. But there are things that you can import into NinjaTrader so that you do have those news notifications, and they'll just stack up right into your chart so that you can see what may be affecting your current market. It's just a little brief overview about me and how I got started, and why I trade the S&P 500 futures. The ES contract is because it is, number one, the growth of the United States. So its main goal is obviously to grow, but it's also the most liquid vehicle in futures. So it's quick to get in and easy and quick to get out. Just like SPY for options is the most liquid options contract to get in and to get out. And that's my goal. Most of my trades can take seconds. Some can take a minute, 2 minutes. I believe the longest trade I've had in futures has taken maybe 20 minutes. And that can be nerve-wracking because that's not my average time. But I go for a specific goal and I only react to what the market does. I don't try and predict because there's a 50-50 shot. You can have a little bit better odds, if you use the indicators, price action, support and resistance, whatever works for you. But if I'm only reacting to what the market does, I don't have to do as much homework, and that works for me. And hopefully these videos and the free chat room that I have on Discord, Mass ES Trading, it's free. Go ahead, join it. There's plenty of new members all the time joining. We focus on Mass ES trading on the ES contracts and futures, but we involve any and all future conversations, strategies, educational links, anything that's going to help the room grow in size as well as knowledge. And we want to grow your knowledge so that you have all the tools you need to be a successful trader. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.